For centuries, the planet has served as a testing ground for the galaxy's most advanced and ruthless species. Various alien civilizations have used it to conduct their most dangerous and inhumane experiments, testing biological weapons, creating hostile environments for military training, and conducting trials on new technologies designed to wipe out entire populations. The planet's harsh conditions make it the perfect place to test the limits of survival, biological endurance, and the effectiveness of these devastating tools. Species from across the galaxy have seen it as a wasteland, a place to abandon anything they deem unworthy or unfit for survival. The alien species in question, having encountered many worlds and civilizations, sees the planet of death as a place where life cannot possibly endure. To them, it is a place of extinction. No creature, no matter how strong or intelligent, could survive its brutal climate. Its inhospitable nature is seen as a fact of nature. They are confident that even a species as adaptable as humans would be unable to survive in such an unforgiving environment. The alien captors see themselves as superior beings with unmatched technology, and they believe their intelligence and power give them the right to test the limits of life. With this belief in mind, the aliens transport a group of humans to the planet, assuming that the extreme conditions will quickly eliminate them. They believe this to be an experiment, a demonstration of their technological superiority and their ability to dominate any species, even one as seemingly resilient as humans. The humans are cast into the harsh environment, with no resources and no guidance, to face a planet that was designed to break them. The alien species, confident in their own superiority and advanced weaponry, believe the planet of death is the ultimate test, one where no human could possibly withstand the deadly combination of extreme radiation, hostile ecosystems, and brutal terrain. Their assumption is simple: this is a wasteland, and the humans will never make it. Driven by a deep curiosity and an overconfidence in their technological superiority, the alien species decide to take their experiments to a new level. Earth's inhabitants, with their reputation for resilience, have intrigued them for some time. Having already conquered numerous civilizations, the aliens believe they have seen it all. They think they understand the limits of life forms and the breaking points of every species they've encountered. However, humanity's reputation for surviving against the odds compels them to test just how far that resilience can truly go. The aliens capture a group of Earth's survivors, human soldiers, and civilians from the resistance. These are not the elite or specially trained individuals, but rather ordinary people, forced into extraordinary circumstances. The humans are taken against their will, transported through the stars, and unceremoniously dropped onto the harsh and unforgiving surface of the planet of death. With no support, no resources, and no preparation, the aliens abandon the humans in the wilderness, leaving them to face an environment that, to the aliens, is as much of a death sentence as it is a test. The alien species have no intention of providing the humans with any help. They view the humans as mere subjects of a grand experiment. Their advanced technology and biological weapons are all that they think they need to ensure that the humans fail. The alien captors are convinced that, within days or weeks, the humans will be dead, either from the planet's extreme conditions or from the alien-designed traps scattered across the world to ensure nothing survives. The harsh radiation storms, unstable climates, and hostile creatures are all carefully crafted elements of the test. The aliens are certain that the humans will succumb to the planet's devastating forces. As the humans are forced into this life-or-death struggle, the alien species begin their observations, believing they will witness swift and inevitable failure. The aliens watch from their ships and hidden observation points, observing the humans as they face the violent storms, navigate treacherous terrain, and attempt to make sense of the deadly environment. They expect the humans to break, to collapse under the strain, to give in to desperation, or to fall victim to one of the many environmental dangers on the planet. But what the aliens fail to understand is the human spirit. They underestimate human adaptability, resourcefulness, and the sheer survival instinct that has allowed humans to thrive even in the most hostile conditions on their homeworld. From the very first moments, the humans show that they are far from helpless. They begin to assess their surroundings, quickly learning how to use the planet's resources to create shelters, find clean water, and develop ways to defend themselves from the deadly predators lurking in the shadows. What the aliens had dismissed as a hopeless situation becomes a testament to humanity's ingenuity. They begin to adapt to the extreme conditions that were meant to be their downfall. They create makeshift tools from the remnants of the alien equipment they've been left with. They form alliances and work together, sharing knowledge and skills, just as they had done in previous wars on Earth. Every attempt to break them, whether through biological weaponry or the planet's relentless storms, only strengthens their determination. Instead of dying off, the humans are surviving, thriving even. The alien captors watch in disbelief as their experiment begins to spiral out of their control. The planet that was meant to be an execution ground has become a proving ground for humanity's remarkable survival capabilities. They had underestimated Earth's inhabitants, believing that no species could overcome such extreme adversity. The humans' resourcefulness, innovation, and ability to work together are proving to be more formidable than any alien technology. As days turn into weeks, the human survival rate defies the aliens' expectations. Where other species would have collapsed, humanity endures. The alien species, who thought they could crush humanity's spirit with their superior technology, are now faced with a sobering reality. The true strength of humans lies not in their technology or weaponry, but in their will to survive and their ability to adapt to even the most impossible circumstances. This experiment, which the aliens had assumed would be their ultimate victory, is rapidly becoming humanity's greatest triumph. The human survivors are thrown into a brutal and unforgiving environment, a place that was thought to be the ultimate test of endurance, and a place where no life could survive. The planet of death is a living nightmare, with scorching temperatures that cause the air itself to shimmer with heat, radiation storms that ravage the land in unpredictable bursts, and monstrous predators that roam the terrain, lurking in the shadows. Every element of the planet seems designed to destroy life, and yet the humans, having been thrown into this chaos with no resources and no guidance, refuse to succumb to the harsh conditions. As the aliens watch from afar, they are confident that the humans will break under the pressure. They believe that the first few days, or perhaps weeks, will witness the swift collapse of humanity. After all, the planet is so extreme that no one has ever survived here, and the aliens expect that the humans' weakness, the very traits they thought made them inferior, will be their undoing. They watch as the humans struggle, believing that survival will be impossible. But what the aliens fail to understand is the incredible resilience of humanity, a quality that has allowed Earth's people to survive against all odds throughout their history. The human spirit, often underestimated by those who see them as primitive or insignificant, is built on adaptability and resourcefulness. As the humans face the relentless trials of the planet of death, they begin to adapt to their new environment in ways that leave the aliens utterly astonished. The first task for the humans is to deal with the scorching temperatures and the unstable weather patterns. Using their knowledge of earthly survival techniques, they begin to build makeshift shelters, structures that provide some semblance of protection from the extreme heat during the day and the chilling cold at night. They rely on simple engineering principles to create barriers against the worst of the storms, and in doing so, they begin to establish a foothold in an environment that was meant to destroy them. The radiation storms, which the aliens believed would incapacitate the humans in no time, become another challenge that the humans face with ingenuity. Rather than simply trying to outrun the storms or wait for them to pass, the humans begin to create protective shields using materials from the planet's own environment. They use chemistry to break down elements and form filtering systems, allowing them to purify air and water, making it inhabitable, just as they had done on Earth, where they had learned to survive in their own polluted environments. Water, one of the most precious resources on the planet, proves to be another significant challenge. The aliens watch with interest as the humans first struggle to find clean water sources but then begin using their knowledge of hydrology and water purification to locate and refine the water available to them. They build makeshift filtration systems and use their biology knowledge to ensure the water is drinkable and sustainable. The aliens are watching a species they thought incapable of survival actually transform the hostile environment into a place where life can persist. Even the monstrous predators that roam the planet, once thought to be insurmountable threats, are no match for humanity's adaptability. The humans learn to evade these creatures by studying their behavior and exploiting the predators' weaknesses. They use the terrain to their advantage, setting traps and utilizing their tactical knowledge to survive the onslaught of dangers. In some cases, they even begin to tame certain species, turning them into working partners for hunting or protection. The predators, once the most feared aspect of the planet, now become a manageable challenge. What the aliens fail to realize in their arrogance is that humanity is not just surviving, they are thriving. Every hardship they face strengthens their resolve, and every resource they exploit improves their chances of overcoming the planet's lethal conditions. The strength of the human spirit, combined with their scientific ingenuity and willingness to cooperate, enables them to create a foothold in a world designed to destroy them. As the aliens observe, their expectations crumble. The human survivors are not only managing to live, they are actively improving their situation. What was meant to be a one-sided test has turned into a tale of resilience and resourcefulness that leaves the aliens questioning everything they thought they knew about humanity. The planet of death, which they believed would crush humanity, is instead becoming the stage for humanity's greatest triumph. As the human survivors continue to adapt and thrive on the planet of death, the alien observers are faced with a growing sense of disbelief. The impossible has become a reality. Humanity is surviving, and not just surviving, thriving. The harshest conditions the planet has to offer are no match for the ingenuity, adaptability, and determination of the human spirit. The aliens, who had believed their superior technology and the planet's lethal environment would quickly break the humans, are now witnessing an unprecedented resistance. At the core of humanity's survival lies an inner strength that the aliens could never have anticipated. The human survivors have formed a tight-knit community, where cooperation and resource sharing are not just survival mechanisms, but a vital part of their continued existence. While the planet's hostile elements should have torn them apart, the humans have united, finding strength in solidarity. The survivors, who initially feared the planet's dangers, are now using their collective knowledge and skills to turn the planet into something they can manage and even exploit for their own benefit. The alien species, who assumed that their superior technology and biological weapons would quickly end the humans' existence, are forced to watch as the humans turn the planet's extreme radiation storms, treacherous terrain, and hostile fauna into challenges to be overcome, not insurmountable obstacles. The human survivors have adapted to the constant radiation, designing protective shelters and personal gear that filter out toxic particles, allowing them to move freely across the surface. The storms, once a deadly threat, are now a natural phenomenon they can predict, work around, and even use to their advantage. The aliens are astonished to see that humanity's intelligence and resourcefulness are more than a match for the dangers of the planet. The humans, initially thrown into chaos, have transformed the environment into a place where they not only survive but begin to thrive. Instead of hiding from the monstrous predators, they have learned to track, trap, and defend themselves, using their knowledge of biology and tactics to outsmart the creatures. In some cases, they even begin to domesticate some of the planet's most dangerous species, turning the predators into allies rather than threats. What the aliens fail to recognize in their arrogance is that the human spirit is not just about physical endurance. It is also about mental fortitude. The human survivors, faced with overwhelming odds, have maintained a sense of purpose and a drive to succeed that no amount of alien technology can crush. Their adaptability to the planet's extreme conditions has become a testament to their resilience, and it becomes clear that the aliens have misjudged humanity in the most profound way. While the aliens originally saw the humans as weak, primitive creatures who were bound to fail, they now find themselves in a position of disbelief and uncertainty. The humans, once their captives, have turned the tables on their captors, showing that they are not only capable of surviving on the planet of death, but that their innate survival instinct is unlike anything the aliens have ever encountered. The very nature of this unexpected resistance begins to sow seeds of doubt among the alien ranks. If humanity can survive here, what else can they do? The human survivors, now empowered by their success and growing confidence, continue to push forward, making strategic moves to explore new territories of the planet. They have created sustainable ecosystems, scavenged alien technologies, and devised innovative ways to harvest resources that once seemed impossible to obtain. The alien species, who thought they would break humanity, are now faced with a growing force, one that they never imagined could defy their superior technology and alien designs. The human resistance, empowered by the planet's challenges, is becoming something greater than anyone anticipated. The alien species begins to realize that what was once considered a surefire experiment, a test to prove the limits of human survival, has instead become a showcase of humanity's enduring will. Their pride and arrogance are shaken, and the realization begins to spread that humanity, once thought weak and defenseless, is anything but. What was meant to be a final test for humans has instead turned them into unpredictable survivors, the very kind of species that the alien empire has never truly understood. As weeks turn into months, the alien observers begin to realize that the humans, far from succumbing to the planet of death's hostile conditions, have become more than mere survivors. The once hostile landscape, which had been designed to annihilate them, has instead become the crucible in which humanity's true strength is forged. The aliens, confident that their technological superiority and biological weapons would crush the humans in no time, are now facing a reality that shatters their assumptions. At first, the alien captors believed the humans would falter after facing the extreme radiation, scorching temperatures, and the predators that roamed the planet's surface. They assumed the humans would fall prey to environmental disasters, disease, or starvation. But now, the aliens are stunned to see that the humans are adapting, finding ways to not only survive but also utilize the planet's dangers to their advantage. The human survivors begin to harness the planet's challenges rather than fall victim to them. Their engineering skills, scientific knowledge, and cooperation have allowed them to craft sophisticated systems that shield them from the planet's extreme elements. They create advanced shelters, using natural resources and salvaged alien technology. Their chemical expertise allows them to filter and purify water from toxic sources, and they build defensive structures to protect themselves from predators. The alien species had thought the planet would break them down, but instead, the humans have become masters of their environment. What the aliens did not account for was the humans' resourcefulness. They believed that the planet's unforgiving landscape would destroy the human spirit, but it only served to strengthen it. The human survivors did not just endure. Their innovative solutions and quick thinking turned every challenge into an opportunity. The alien designed traps intended to wipe out the humans, advanced biological weapons, environmental hazards, and dangerous wildlife, are now rendered useless by the humans' adaptation and ingenuity. The aliens begin to realize that their belief that they could easily crush humanity was not only misguided but dangerously naive. As the alien leadership watches in increasing frustration, they begin to see that humanity is far more resilient than they ever imagined. The planet of death, which they had thought would be a swift execution for Earth's inhabitants, has instead become the proving ground for humanity's greatest triumph. Humanity's survival instinct is stronger than the aliens anticipated, and their unity is something the aliens cannot break. The turning point comes when the alien observers begin to question their own assumptions. The alien race, which prides itself on its superior technology, finds itself outwitted by a species it had once deemed beneath them. The human survivors are no longer trapped. They are reclaiming the planet, turning the tables on their captors in a way that is unimaginable to the alien empire. The humans are no longer simply fighting for their lives. They are actively taking control of their circumstances, forcing the aliens to reconsider everything they thought they knew about Earth's inhabitants. The more the aliens observe, the more they are shaken by the fact that they have misunderstood humanity. The experiments they had planned to prove humanity's inferiority are failing. Rather than the humans being broken by the planet of death, they are transforming it into a place of resilience, growth, and even hope. The alien captors, who had once thought the humans were destined to fail, are now faced with the terrifying realization that humanity's spirit, adaptability, and strength cannot be easily subdued. This marks the beginning of the end for the alien species' expectations. They are no longer in control. Humanity has proven that, no matter the circumstances, they will not be defeated. The alien species now faces a humbling truth, that their greatest weapon, overconfidence, has led them to underestimate the very species they believed would be their easiest conquest. The turning point is clear. Humanity is not just surviving on the planet of death, they are reclaiming it. The alien species, once confident that the planet of death would be their final victory over humanity, are now facing a turning tide. After weeks of survival against all odds, the humans have transformed the once uninhabitable wasteland into a fortress of resilience. With their resourcefulness, innovation, and unbreakable will, humanity has not only survived, they have begun to dominate the very environment that was designed to destroy them. The alien captors, now in a state of complete disbelief, realize that their plan has utterly failed. Their initial thought was that the planet's extreme conditions would be the ultimate test, one that no life form, let alone humans, could survive. Instead, the humans have adapted and thrived. The alien weapons, biological traps, and harsh weather meant to exterminate the humans have only made them stronger. The human spirit, its drive to survive, to adapt, and to overcome, has proven to be more powerful than the alien invaders could have ever anticipated. As the alien empire begins to lose control over their own experiment, They realize they are not dealing with a weak species. They are facing a resilient force capable of outsmarting their advanced technologies. What was meant to be a simple conquest has turned into a humiliating failure. Humanity's resilience, unity, and adaptability have proved that Earth's inhabitants are not only capable of surviving harsh environments, they can conquer them. The humans, emboldened by their success, start to organize themselves for a final stand against their alien captors. No longer scattered survivors, they have become a cohesive force that operates as one unit. They've learned to harness the planet's resources, create weaponry, and defend themselves from the predators that once terrorized them. The human survivors are no longer prisoners, they are warriors, engineers, and innovators, determined to reclaim their freedom from the alien empire that underestimated them. The alien forces, initially confident in their overwhelming technological advantage, are now forced into retreat. The very planet they believed would be a death trap for humanity is now under human control. With their defensive structures and survival tactics, the humans launch a coordinated assault on the alien strongholds scattered across the planet. Utilizing the alien technology they had scavenged and re-engineered, the humans turn the alien weapons against their former captors. The final showdown unfolds as humanity, united by their desire for freedom, takes control of the alien base. The battle is fierce and hard-fought, but the humans' resourcefulness, unity, and unrelenting spirit lead them to victory. The aliens, who once thought they could easily wipe out humanity, are now on the defensive, struggling to maintain control over the very planet they believed would be their ultimate triumph. In the final moments of the battle, the alien empire's leadership is forced to admit their mistake. They thought humanity was weak, primitive, and incapable of survival, but they now face the undeniable truth: the human race is a force that cannot be easily destroyed or controlled. Their resilience has shattered the aliens' expectations and changed the course of the war. As the alien invaders retreat, humanity stands victorious. The planet of death, once thought to be a place of annihilation, has now become a symbol of humanity's indomitable will. The humans, who once seemed like an insignificant species in the galaxy, have proven that their strength lies not in their technology, but in their ability to adapt, unite, and survive against even the harshest of challenges. This victory is more than just a military conquest, it is a new beginning for humanity. The alien empire may have underestimated humanity's strength, but in the end, it was their own pride and overconfidence that led to their downfall. Humanity has overcome the odds, and their triumph on the planet of death marks the beginning of a new chapter, one where Earth and its people will no longer be viewed as weak or insignificant, but as a formidable force capable of shaping the future of the galaxy. As the dust settles on the planet of death, humanity's victory over the alien empire marks not just the end of their captors' invasion, but the beginning of a new era for Earth and its people. The alien species, once confident in their technological superiority, now finds itself reeling from the humiliation of having underestimated a species they thought was insignificant. Humanity's triumph over impossible odds is not just a military victory, it is a statement to the galaxy that Earth is no longer a weak, isolated planet, but a force to be reckoned with. The humans, who were once prisoners on a planet designed to break them, now stand victorious, having not only survived but thrived. Their resilience, resourcefulness, and unity have proven to be the ultimate weapons, and their story becomes a legend across the galaxy. As word of humanity's triumph spreads, other civilizations, who once viewed humans as nothing more than primitive, fragile beings, begin to see Earth in a new light. The planet of death, once seen as the ultimate test of survival, now stands as a symbol of humanity's unyielding spirit and ability to adapt in the face of even the most brutal challenges. In the wake of the victory, humanity begins to rebuild and chart a new course. Earth's influence in the galaxy grows as the human race, once confined to their home planet, now plays a pivotal role in intergalactic affairs. The alien empire, which once sought to dominate Earth, is now in retreat, and their former strongholds fall to the united efforts of humanity and its newfound allies. Humanity's success on the planet of death leads to new alliances, as other civilizations, impressed by the humans' survival skills and strategic brilliance, offer their support and resources. The human resistance, once a small group of survivors, now becomes a powerful force that reshapes the galactic landscape. Earth's leaders, who once feared the alien invasion, now emerge as strategic visionaries, guiding humanity toward a future where they are no longer simply survivors but leaders in their own right. Humanity's newfound strength becomes an inspiration to other species, a reminder that no matter the odds, the human race will never back down. But it is not just military strength that drives humanity's future, it is the spirit of cooperation, innovation, and adaptability that defines their place in the galaxy. Humanity's legacy is built on these qualities, and as they expand their influence across the stars, they focus not only on defense but also on peace, scientific discovery, and diplomacy. No longer a species to be dismissed or underestimated, humanity is now seen as a beacon of hope for all those who face oppression and adversity. The final chapter of humanity's struggle on the planet of death is one of profound change, not just for Earth but for the entire galaxy. Humanity's victory over impossible odds has proven that no species should be written off as weak or unimportant. Earth, once on the brink of extinction, has emerged as a galactic power, and its people are ready to take on new challenges, explore new frontiers, and form alliances that will shape the future of the universe. What began as a test to break humanity has instead transformed them into galactic pioneers, united in their strength and resilience, and now leading the charge for a more peaceful and united galaxy. The legacy of humanity's victory on the planet of death will echo through the ages, a reminder to all that adversity breeds strength, and that humanity, despite all odds, will always rise.